Some truly unhinged insider reports have popped up recently, and every single one points straight at Avengers Doomsday, specifically Doctor Doom, Thor, and Loki. If the scenes insiders are describing are real, Doomsday could scale up into something genuinely colossal. And the best part is, these details don't just sound cool, they also open up a few really sharp questions that honestly slot perfectly into what this movie is supposed to be about. First up, who Victor Von Doom actually is in this version of the story, and what he's really chasing from start to finish. There are 3 separate reports in total, but the first and the second clearly feed into each other. The claim is that Doom and Thor will go head-to-head, and Thor gets absolutely crushed. And then it gets even crazier. During that confrontation, Doom allegedly lifts Mjolnir, which instantly drops the obvious question on the table. How does Victor qualify as worthy in the first place? This moment is already getting dissected all over the internet. A lot of people think that Thor's scene with Odin actually takes place right before the fight, because Thor can feel the L coming. Hey everyone, it's Lord of Leaks. Hit like, subscribe, and let's roll. And according to the report, when Thor finally clashes with Doctor Doom, he gets beaten so hard that Doom casually grabs the hammer, tosses it back to Thor, and drops a line like, "Come on, God of Thunder, I expected more." Like seriously, all that supposed power, and you're fighting like a kid? The way people online paint it is even more specific. Doom flat out dominates the entire duel, then calmly lifts Mjolnir, throws it back and says, "Go on, God of Thunder, pick it up. Is that all you've got? Is that all you've got?" And that's what makes this so interesting. How can Doom be worthy? And what is he actually doing here? My take is that Doom starts off trying to save the multiverse, but at some point he realizes it can't be saved anymore. By the way, you can support me by becoming a channel sponsor. Cool perks included. Thanks. There are too many variables, too many people like Steve Rogers messing with the flow of events, hopping across timelines and breaking rules that were never meant to be touched. That creates more branches, and then the branches trigger endless incursions. One domino falls, then another, and the entire system becomes a lost cause. At the same time, it's important to remember that Doom has never seen himself as a villain. In his own mind, he's the hero. It's just that his methods look horrifying from the outside. But his objective has always been the same: stop the multiverse from collapsing. And that motivation alone could be enough to qualify him as worthy of Mjolnir. There's also an alternate theory floating around, that Victor doesn't meet Odin's enchantment head-on, but instead circumvents it through magic. When it comes to sorcery, Doom operates on roughly the same tier as Doctor Strange, and possibly even above him. In the comics, he has held the title of Sorcerer Supreme before, so dismissing him would be a serious mistake. From a purely magical perspective, Doom is terrifyingly powerful. Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme. With that in mind, let's move on to the next leak. According to Beyond Reporter, Doomsday may also feature Loki wielding Mjolnir, and honestly, that tracks. Loki has effectively given up his entire existence for the sake of every being in the multiverse, or at least for the timelines he holds together, granting them free will. He abandoned every personal ambition he once had in favor of something greater. That's a complete 180-degree reversal from the character we met at the beginning. No matter how you frame it, Loki's arc is massive. He went from a scheming god who wanted only one thing, "I was born to rule," to a god of time who sacrificed himself for everyone else. So a scene where Loki lifts Mjolnir wouldn't feel forced or shocking. In fact, it might all happen in the same sequence. Picture this: Doom reaches the Citadel at the end of time. Thor arrives to protect his brother. Loki and Thor fight Doom together. Victor overwhelms Thor with ease, and then the twist hits. Loki lifts Mjolnir. That would be a clean, emotional callback to Endgame. I knew it. There's also a darker rumor floating around, that during his fight with Thor, Doom grabs Stormbreaker and cuts off Thor's arm. We can't confirm it, but the groundwork for that moment was already laid back in Thor's second solo movie. And finally, the last leak comes from Alex Perez. According to him, Doom won't be alone in Doomsday. He'll have his own team, reportedly made up of other Doom variants. And lately, that idea keeps popping up again and again. It was practically spelled out at Comic-Con, where an entire army of Dooms stood on stage, with Robert Downey Jr. stepping forward as the dominant central Doom. If those really are multiversal Dooms, not just Doom bots, though we're confident the movie will include both, then the ending feels inevitable. Doom will eventually turn on them and erase every last one. If the movie truly introduces some kind of Council of Dooms, then Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom is very likely to erase every last one of them. There is no world where Doom lets a bunch of alternate victors collectively decide the multiverse's fate. The most believable setup is that Doom and the variants first acknowledge the same emergency. The multiverse is collapsing, compressing, caving in, and they temporarily unite to try to stop it. That kind of alliance makes total sense. But the second Doom realizes the system is beyond saving, his priority shifts into something far more dangerous: control. In other words, he walks the same road Kang walked. He can promise stability inside one reality. He can build a world that never falls apart. Order will exist, but it will be his order, under his laws. And doesn't that immediately echo He Who Remains? After the multiversal wars, he enforced a sacred timeline and brutally pruned every divergent branch. He essentially authored history. So Doom starts to resemble a pattern we've already seen, the kind of figure that rises when the multiverse is dying. And that's the part that's genuinely worth thinking about. I've also got one more small theory about how Doom could lift Thor's hammer. If the final battle takes place in the Citadel, inside the TVA, or near Loki's throne, places where magic, space, and time don't function the way they normally do, then it's possible the enchantment on Mjolnir simply stops applying. Think about it. The Infinity Stones didn't work in the TVA. They were basically treated like colorful paperweights. So if the climax happens in that kind of null zone, the twist could be perfect. Doom loses his magic, loses his artifacts, loses all the shortcuts, and yet he's still terrifyingly strong on his own. Either he's upgraded himself somehow, or he's simply built different. And that would completely flip the fight with Thor, because Thor might assume that without magic, Doom is nothing, only to realize Doom is still an absolute monster. Especially since we've already seen that early set photo with RDJ wearing prosthetic muscles, meaning this Doom is going to be in serious physical shape. So yeah, this theory can absolutely work. You can also become a channel sponsor and get trailer breakdowns and leaks way earlier than everyone else. Thanks for the support. Either way, drop your thoughts in the comments about the news, about the theories, about all of it. What's your prediction? Will Doctor Doom be able to lift Thor's hammer or not? And if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate a like and a subscription. It genuinely means a lot. Thank you. New video coming soon. Bye.